Hello, in this video, let us learn what is Python IDE. So, IDE or IDLE simply stands for Integrated Development and Learning Environment. So that is the full form for IDLE. Now what is it? It is an IDE that is used to create, modify and execute Python codes. So basically when we talk about IDEs, what we mean is that it is a software that has got a text editor in it, as well as it has got a compiler or interpreter program which will enable us to run and execute the codes. Okay, so the Python IDLE is the official IDE of Python, which you can download from python.org. Now the IDLE has two main window types, which is the shell window and the editor window. Okay, and if you're working in the editor window, it is also possible to have multiple editors simultaneously. To download Python, just type download Python on Google or Bing, wherever you want to search. You'll get this link, which is www.python.org/downloads. Click on this link. Now here you can check for your OS versions, which is Windows or Linux or Mac OS, whichever you are using. So depending on the OS version, you can download your Python software. Okay, so here if you just directly click on this button, this is for the latest version of Windows, but if you're looking for some other version, then you must click from here. Okay, now if you click here, see the installation started. So the latest version here is 3.11.4. okay, I'll just open this in folder. So that's my Python software. To install it, I just need to simply double click on it. It asks whether I'm to run or not. Okay, now we get the installation set up. So install Python 3.11.4 64-bit. You can either just click on install, or you can choose for custom installation. If you install this, it includes IDLE, pip and documentations. You can also go for custom installation, and just make sure all of these are checked. Then click on the next button. See, from here, if you want, like if you have multiple users in your computer, so you can click on this button which says install Python for all users. Apart from them, you can just leave them blank and just click on the install setup. So yes, again, and it's going through the setup process. Once you're done with the installation, you can search for the Python IDLE. So it's here. I'll just use the previous version that's installed in my computer, and make sure you open this one which says IDLE and not on this one which says Python 3.10 or 11 according to your version. Don't click here, you'll get a black screen, and which we want is this one. So just click on it. So that's it. This is the software and this is the IDLE shell. So here what happens is, whichever code you will type, you will get the instant output. Just let me show you one example. Like if you have to just print something, let's say we use the print command to print something in Python. So if you just write print, and within double quotes if you type your name, like I'm gonna type my name, so it just prints immediately. Even we don't even need to write the print statement in the shell window. Like if you have to perform any calculation like 2 plus 3, it gives you the instant output. It's very interactive. The Python shell is like you are interacting with the interpreter. Okay, so it's an interactive language. Anything you want to write, let's say we want to declare variables like a is 9 and b is 10. So what is a plus b? So it gives the instant result, which is 19. So the Python shell is like that. This is mainly used to test codes, like you don't have to create a separate file, then again save it, then again run it. We don't need to do all those. Here we get the output instantly. Okay, so that's the shell window. And to access the editor window or the script mode, you just need to click on the file menu, and from there just click on new file. Okay, so file and new file will give you a new window. It says untitled, and over here you need to type your code. Let's say for example I'll type A is 9 and B is 10 and C is A plus B. So I will print C. Okay, so that is my code over here. But see, if I press enter here, nothing really happens like it was happening in the shell window. And also notice here we need to write the print command. Without the print function, we won't be getting any output from the text editor. Okay, now again I need to save this file, like from file, click on save, and then you need to choose a location. As of now, I'll just click on desktop and I'll save the file as program1. So click on save button, and just also notice when you save the file, it saves with a .py extension. That's the file extension for all your Python programs. Okay, so click on save. Now see, program1 or prog1.py, that is my file extension. Now I have to click on the run menu and then choose the run module option, or simply we can press F5 from the keyboard. Now after that we get the output as 19. So that is the difference between the script window and the editor window. Okay, and I hope you understood how you can download the software. Now let us take a look at some of the other IDEs which we can use to write codes in Python. So I have just googled for Python IDE, and here you can take a look at all the available IDEs for Python, like idle, the one I just downloaded. Okay, it's a very simple interface, and it's you'll never get any incorrect output over there, that's for sure. Then we have PyCharm, which lots of people use. It is also a very good IDE for Python programming. Okay, after that we have Spider. Even Spider is a good one. You can use Visual Studio Code, which a lot of people use, because in Visual Studio Code you can write codes for multiple languages. Okay, then we have Thorny, then we have Atom. So there's plenty more of these things you'll get. Just have a look at it. So depending on your wish, like whichever you want to use, you can go for it. But if you want my suggestions, then you can simply start with idle. You should start, or you should use idle at least once if you're studying Python. That's what I feel. And apart from that, you can also use PyCharm. It's a good one. So that's all about Python IDEs. So as discussed previously, IDE stands for Integrated Development Environment, which is a software that provides a text editor for writing the source code, along with translators such as compiler or interpreter for creating software applications. So just remember this, and so just remember this about IDEs and go for any one and start coding.